Captain Forest here, and in today's video I'm going to be going over both these combatants to see who would win more often than not in a cross-verse situation, Juggernaut versus Atrocitus. Now if you guys are new to my channel, please leave a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe for further content. Also, shouts to Coffee Shop Gang, they make awesome content, their links will be in the description, and shouts to the HQ squad, mass shouts to the team, they also help me with my research in my videos. So I'm going to go over some key points in this video and just break down certain elements of this matchup. Now in fact, I've actually made a video on Juggernaut and Atrocitus in previous matchups, so please check those videos out. But in this video, I will just be pretty much applying some upgrades to Juggernaut's scaling. So his noteworthy feats, of course, that he's performed even in the modern era, in classic days, he still has like good scaling, especially his fights against like Thor, Hulk, Cosmic Ghost Rider, and many other characters that he's fought against who easily have creation level scaling of their own. So Juggernaut would pretty much range from like Ultraversal Plus, High Ultraversal Plus, to even Boundless, so pretty easily right there. For his other additional things, I've gone over those in my other videos, such as Juggernaut versus Wonder Woman. Please check those out. I go into a lot more detail, but I will talk about some key points near the end of my analysis. Now for Atrocitus, as mentioned before, when he damaged Corona, who was wielding the emotional spectrum, that feat is easily creation level, so that would pretty much range from High Ultraversal Plus to Boundless, as I've already gone over the emotional spectrum scaling and where they would be placed in the cosmology. So with that out of the way, I will break this fight down. I'll go over some stats, win cons, and my overall assessment on who I think wins more often than not in a cross-verse situation. Now in terms of AP, again, this is pretty similar to the Red Hulk fight. They're pretty relative, they have some really good AP. I don't really think it's a stomp in any capacity, so they have some really good creation level scaling, both characters, so I think they'd be pretty relative. Now speed is a bit of a different issue. I would award speed to Atrocitus. He does have better speed feats and better like speed scaling to the other DC characters. He's able to react to them and literally beat them up, and they all have some really good speed feats. So I do think that Atrocitus is a bit more swifter in combat than Juggernaut, but I don't think it's like crazy, but I definitely think he does have the speed edge that will definitely help him in this fight. Now moving on from those stats, now let's talk about some win cons. So of course Juggernaut, he has some protections. His win con mainly is to just beat the crap out of his opponents. Of course he has his infinite kinetic energy. He just, once he keeps going, it's going to be very difficult to stop the Juggernaut once he gets into rhythm and momentum is on his side. And we all know that Juggernaut, with the Gem of Sidorak, he just has a lot of resistances, and he has his force field and other attributes to protect him. Now Atrocitus, he has his rage amps, his rage absorption, of course his napalm, energy blast that he can fire from his mouth. It literally vaporizes things, which is pretty impressive. Of course Atrocitus with the ring gives him healing and gives him other attributes and resistances as well in combat. Looking at this fight from a in-character aspect, I think this fight is very close. They both have AP, they're both going to scrap. I do think Atrocitus will get strikes in first, and even if Juggernaut gets a strike in or a couple on Atrocitus, to be generous, Atrocitus will take those hits. In fact, it'll make him even more angry. Atrocitus' special ability with his ring, he's able to absorb the rage from his opponents, and Juggernaut is a hothead too. He definitely gets mad when he fights, so that could actually help him. He could just siphon some of the energy from Juggernaut's madness, so when he's getting mad, so that could even amp Atrocitus even further. Now you're probably thinking, what about the force field? How's it going to stop the force field? I don't think the force field is going to be a huge issue, especially if your opponent has the AP edge. Now at first I don't think there's going to be a difference in AP, but as the fight progresses, Atrocitus will get stronger. He will have higher quantification or even unquantifiable levels of AP, and it will be enough to bypass the force field, and literally he'd just probably destroy the force field honestly with his napalm blast. And if not, he could get to the helmet too. Atrocitus is very methodical and brutal, so he could probably even rip off Juggernaut's helmet too. Now I know Juggernaut does have a secondary helmet, like he has like a little one, looks like a pustashi, whatever they freaking call it, the bloody thing that they wear. But yeah, Juggernaut wears that, but I don't really think that's going to be an issue. I think Atrocitus will probably rip that off his head too. But pretty much I would say as the fight continues, I say with high difficulty, I lean with Atrocitus. I don't think this fight's a slump in any capacity, but I definitely think that this fight's going to be very long-winded. Juggernaut is not going to give up. He's going to put up one hell of a fight. It's very close, but the reasons why I give victory to Atrocitus is because of the rage amp. He's going to just eventually start like eclipsing Juggernaut. He's going to start siphoning all his rage, and then he's just going to keep amplifying himself. Now, I did mention before, hey, what about the resistances that Sidorak grants Juggernaut? Now, because it's current Juggernaut, Sidorak doesn't really protect Juggernaut in the same fashion as in the classic days. There's a lot of context behind how Juggernaut works currently, because literally Juggernaut has gone against Sidorak and his order, and he's gone against his contract like a lot, which has affected Juggernaut over the years. It's made him weaker. It's made Sidorak not basically give a crap about him, and Sidorak isn't really there to protect him compared to the other situations where Juggernaut, when he'd get like messed up against other characters in the classic days, Sidorak is always protecting him like a soccer mom in a way. But I don't really see Sidorak being a huge influence in this fight. So I think with high difficulty, very high difficulty, I have to give victory to Atrocitus. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. It's been real. I appreciate y'all. See you guys in the next one.